Good morning, St. Rose Elementary School. My name is Bryon Schaefer. I'm Alex Schaefer's father, and this week I got to be the mystery reader. So I've got some really good friends of mine who are helping videotape and doing the audio for this. So if all of a sudden I suddenly go orange or green or purple, it's because my friends are messing with the color. Today we're going to read the story, The Big Pumpkin. This is Alex's favorite book when he was growing up. It's also my daughter Mackenzie's favorite book when it comes to Halloween. Once there was a witch who wanted to make pumpkin pie, so she planted a pumpkin seed. And she weeded, and she watered, and after a while, a sprout poked through. And then the pumpkin grew, and it grew, and it grew, and then it grew some more. Soon Halloween was just hours away. The witch thought about pumpkin pie and bent down to take her pumpkin off the vine. Well, she pulled, and she tugged, and she pulled. First she pulled hard, and then she pulled harder. But the pumpkin just sat. "Drat!" said the witch. Just then along came a ghost. "Big pumpkin," said the ghost. "It's big, and it's mine, and it's stuck on the vine, and Halloween's just hours away," said the witch. And she kicked that pumpkin. "I'm bigger and stronger, too," boasted the ghost. "Let me try." "Humph," said the witch. But she thought about pumpkin pie, and she stepped aside. Well, the ghost bent down to take the pumpkin off the vine, and he pulled, and he tugged, and he pulled. First he pulled hard, and then he pulled harder, but the pumpkin just sat. "Drat," said the ghost. Just then along came a vampire. "Big pumpkin," said the vampire. "It's big, it's mine, and it's stuck on the vine, and Halloween's just hours away," said the witch. And she kicked that pumpkin. "I'm bigger than both of you, and stronger too," boasted the vampire. "Let me try." "Humph," said the witch. "Humph," said the ghost. But they thought about pumpkin pie, and they stepped aside. The vampire bent down to take that pumpkin off the vine, and he pulled, and then he tugged, and he pulled. First he pulled hard, and then he pulled harder, but the pumpkin just sat. "Drat," said the vampire. Just then along came a mummy. "Big pumpkin," said the mummy. "It's big, and it's mine, and it's stuck on the vine, and Halloween's just hours away," said the witch. And she kicked that pumpkin. "I'm bigger than both of you, and stronger too," boasted the mummy. "Let me try." "Humph," said the witch. "Humph," said the ghost. "Humph," said the vampire. But they thought about pumpkin pie, and they stepped aside. The mummy bent down to take the pumpkin off the vine. Well, she pulled, and she tugged, and she pulled. First she pulled hard, and then she pulled harder, but the pumpkin just sat. "Drat," said the mummy. Just then along came a bat. "Big pumpkin," said the bat. The witch didn't say a word. She just looked at the ghost, who rolled her eyes. The ghost looked at the vampire looked at the mummy. They all looked at the little bat, and they started to laugh. "I may not be big, and I may not be strong," said the bat, "but I have an idea." "Humph," said the witch. "Humph," said the ghost. "Humph," said the vampire. "Humph," said the mummy. But they thought about pumpkin pie and bent down to take the pumpkin off the vine. "Ready, set, pull," called the bat. The bat pulled the mummy pulled the vampire pulled the ghost pulled the witch, and the witch pulled the pumpkin. Well, they pulled, and they tugged, and they pulled. First they pulled hard, and then they pulled harder, and poof! Off came the pumpkin. "Drat," said the witch. Whoosh, and it flew. And it flew, thump. It landed on top of a hill, and thump, bump, 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 bump. It bounced all the way down to the witch's home. And when it got to her door, that pumpkin just sat. "Hooray for the bat!" shouted the witch. And she hurried inside to make pumpkin pie. Said the ghost. Have some more, said the witch. Couldn't eat another bite, said the vampire. Nice party, said the mummy. Time to go, said the bat. Rat, said the witch. And she watched them all leave. Then she went right out and planted another pumpkin seed.